friends, welcome back to my channel. My name is Denise, and if you're new on this channel, we do chit chat get ready with me's. If you're interested in content like that, definitely just consider subscribing because it's really chill over here. Anyways, hoops, I know, very different. These clips I got from AliExpress, and then these ones right here I got from Walmart. Look at how freaking cute. I love it. They're so freaking cute. They were like $4 and they came in a pack of 4. Anyways, how are y'all? I love y'all. Thank you so much for all the support I've been receiving lately on all my YouTube videos. It's very nice. But this is not what you're here for. What you're here for is an in-depth makeup tutorial. That's exactly what I'm here to give you. So girly pop, summer is literally right around the corner. At least for me, I live in Texas. Literally just 80 degrees already. It's gonna just get more hotter. So me being that I like to wear makeup, I can't wear the same makeup I wore in wintertime because therefore I'm gonna sweat, and I just need something very light, very comfortable, nothing too heavy. So I kind of made this entire look on a short, and I got it like on short. So if you guys are just interested in seeing that better than this video and you don't really need anything more in-depth from my short, then definitely do go watch the short. I feel like I showed all the products and how I'm applying them, but if you're still a little bit confused, that's why I feel like I'm making this video. So to start off, I don't feel like the e.l.f. Power Grip would be a good option for me over the summertime, just because this is very like grip, like a lot of grip on this, and so therefore you need to apply some sort of product on wherever you applied this. So therefore, since I'm going for a no foundation look, I really won't need that grip aspect of it, at least not in my entire face, because technically we're only doing not as like many like steps as I would for my winter makeup look. For me, this is what I would do if I were to wear makeup outside in 90-degree heat. Obviously in a couple of months that could change because my skin could get adapted to the heat, but really this is just like what I feel like I would do right now. The weather's not too terrible yet, but it will get more hotter as the months progress, so I'm just trying to find a makeup routine that could fit the weather outside. Right now I'm just using the NYX brow glue. Bitch, this is sweat proof, this is smudge proof. This will forever be my favorite brow glue just because it really holds down everything. And with the end of my spoolie, I'm just pressing that down. And then for summertime, I feel like very like light makeup would look really cute. Just very like sun-kissed, very natural. So I'm gonna go in with a little brow pencil, and this is the NYX brow crayon, I believe, in the shade black. So I just like kind of like lightly add some hairs. Like I said, just trying to make it look like really natural. So anyways, for my last get ready with me that I feel I'm trying to update you guys on my life, it's been, I believe, has it been 2 weeks since I've been going to the gym, and it's going really good, guys. Like, I'm honestly really proud of myself for taking that step. So right now the weather is not even that bad at all. It's actually really nice outside, so that's why I feel like wearing makeup a little bit. Oh yeah, and for base, I don't know if I've said anything about that, but earlier today I put this e.l.f. Sun Goop on, and it's basically like primer with SPF. It's been a couple hours since then, so I don't know if the primer is still there. I'm actually gonna go in with a blurring primer just so that our concealer is able to sit nicely, and I'm gonna put it in areas where I would put concealer. So anyways, I'm gonna be using this One Size Secure the Blur primer, and like I said, I'm just going to be using it like on my T-zone area. And if you're a beginner following this, and if something was confusing or you just don't understand something, please do comment down below because I would love to help you guys, because I too want you to look really hot and have your hot girl summer. I love you. Now, because I have some discoloration that the concealer will look a little bit weird in, because I like adding a bunch of warm concealers so I can add like a little bit of warmth under my eyes. So I need to really cancel out the dark under circles that I have with a orange color corrector, and in areas like my mouth that just like they really don't need covering up if I didn't want to, but just to like, since I'm only gonna be wearing concealer, it's really gonna help that concealer just look flawlessly with the rest of my skin. So I don't know if it shows much on camera, but just like my under eyes don't look as dark. For concealer today, I'm gonna go in with the e.l.f. Hydro Camo Concealer. I haven't used this in a while, so actually I'm very like excited to be using it again, just because there's so much hype around this product. And honestly, when I got it, I really did like it. I enjoyed it. But I guess over time, when I started adding more products to my routine, it just wasn't doing the same thing it was doing anymore. So today, since we don't have like any base at all, I'm very interested to see how this is gonna do, if it's still gonna uphold how it did a couple of months ago. So what I'm doing is I'm being very precise with my concealer, and since this concealer is a little bit more brighter than what my normal concealer would be, I'm gonna go in with this first and then add like blush and contour. Contour is definitely not like necessary if you feel like you don't need it. This look can still look really good even without that. Just do whatever feels good for you. Now I'm just adding concealer on areas that I want to make pop out more. And for eyebrows, I'm going to use a different one just so my eyebrows don't look like super bright. This is totally not necessary if you have a concealer that fits you, but because I'm using this one today, I'm going to use another one. Another one of my favorites is the NYX Bear With Me. This one's super lightweight and it's so easy to blend. It just doesn't last all day, which I don't like, but if it did, that honestly would be so amazing. And at this point, I'd probably have like a little setting spray next to you, because we are going to use setting spray to wet the concealer again. So I just pump a little bit into my hand like that, and then I just use a flat brush for concealer now. I used to use a sponge, but now that's just not working out for me anymore. So I'm just going to be focusing on sculpting the brows. And we're going to start at the bottom and then work our way to the top. The main focus with this is just trying to get that line like super straight so that the concealer looks the most sharpest. Now the next step for me is going to be a little bit crucial. This is more like just what I do because of the way my eyebrows are structured. So mostly I would conceal the top here, but because this top is just like already so like flared up, I don't want to like narrow it down. So I'm just gonna go in here and define the top of my eyebrow, but like only quarter of the way, like that, so that way that concealer sits nicely on the middle of my head, so that it makes it look really like sharp, because I don't want to enhance anything here. I just want this nice little heart shaped in the middle of my face, like that. Once you got that line in, then just blend out the rest. She got like two little angry eyebrows. And then this is when you're going to use that setting mist. You don't have to use MAC Fix It. One of my other favorites that mist a lot is the e.l.f. Micro Mist, which is very affordable as well. This one was on sale at Ulta, so I believe it was for the 21 Days of Beauty, but they no longer have it. I like it because it mists the face a lot, so it makes that concealer nice and wet for you to blend it with a beauty blender. I like using a damp beauty blender. Now that you're done blending out everything, I do look a little bit casket ready. I'm not even gonna lie, just because that concealer is super light. I literally bought it back when I had just started doing makeup and I had no idea about undertones. So this concealer is a little bit more like pink, which is not bad, but it's really light, so we need to add a little, oh my god, we need to add a little bit of color. So I'm going to be using my Rare Beauty bronzer stick, which runs warm. And what I mean by warm is that you see this looks like a very like true like milk chocolate color, but a cool undertone would just add a shadow. But because this is more like a sun outside look, summer look, we need some warmth just so we can match the energy of the sun. And I like doing a little smiley face on my nose. And then I like adding here just to make that part of my nose like deeper, if that makes sense. So this is what the contour is looking like. A little crazy, but I like to go in with a brush. There's honestly no preference in this. It's just really just up to you, whatever you feel like it. I'm gonna go in with this like flat round brush, and I like to spray. Okay? This will make you run out of setting spray so fast, but it is good. And then I lightly just like tap it in first and then blend it. I feel like that like moves the bronzer better. What I mean by like tapping it is that when you tap it, so it kind of diffuses that harshness in there, so you don't blend the harshness in there. I always try to blend upwards rather than downwards. My nose, we're gonna tap it and see it's gonna diffuse that harshness immediately. And then we're gonna lightly do little circular motions around it, not trying to diffuse the entire line, just because we do want that nice little button nose contour. And then I like to squeeze it like that to make it more narrower. Tap it and then blend it out ever so gently. So see how like my nose looks much more warmer compared to like my under eye? Yeah. And see why we didn't add concealer? Because we're adding that depth to the side. And usually because my face is round, adding concealer here to try to make my eyes look wider usually never works, just because that's the way my face is, and it only works for people that already have that wide eye structure. So this bronzer is going to cancel out that harsh line going here from the eyebrow like that, so therefore it makes the concealer under your eyebrows look more put together. And then the rest on my brush, I usually like to just add it all over my cheeks just to even out the color on my face. Next, my favorite part, blush. I love blush because you can literally just have fun with it. It literally has no rule. This one by Rare Beauty is so beautiful. It makes you look like that nice like flush look, like so beautiful, with control obviously, because you know red is a very intimidating color. But if you want more of that like I did my makeup but like I didn't go out in the sun but I still want to look like I'm blushing constantly type look, I would go with a peachy like pinky one. These two are amazing. This one has more orange in it, so it makes you look like that natural, but this one also has like a little bit more red, so it also makes you look really natural. But this one's Joy, and then this one's Worthy, and then this one's Grateful. So but because I'm gonna be indoors all day today, so we're gonna go in with Worthy. And then I like to take a brush just because I feel like it doesn't soak up as much blush as a sponge does. And then of course I tap it first, and then I always put my blush at the top here, but I've seen some people put it here in the middle. I don't know, it just really depends what type of look you want. But because I already have blush here in my nose, I don't bring it to the middle. Then once it's all tapped in like this, then I usually grab my hair and then go ham and blend it all the way up. pressed powders, you can use these literally anywhere. You can use them to brighten up, you can use them to set, really just universal. One loose powder that is my favorite because it works as a pressed powder and it works as a loose powder is the e.l.f. Halo Glow. This is in the pink shade. And before you apply any powder, especially on areas that tend to crease, make sure to blend out any creasing, because if not, you're gonna add powder and that crease is just gonna stay there. Well, if you're using loose powder, I would take it like this, right? Just pick it up on whatever you have it with, and it should look like this. But that's not what we want because it's gonna make it really concentrated. So I just tap the excess off on the back of my hand, and then it would look like that. I would take like the rest of it and then just kind of set everything in my face, but without super setting it, if that makes sense, as concentrated. Just because I found that like if I don't set my makeup, it literally slips off even if I use a primer. So this is why I would do this. After you're done, I just went in with the MAC again, and I'm just gonna add mascara. Honestly, this part really doesn't matter which mascara you use, but if you want to know which mascara I use, I'm gonna be using the Milani Highly Rated mascara. This one's super good. It's in the shade Black. For lashes, I'm gonna be using like a lash extension look because I just feel like that looks a little bit more like natural rather than a full volume lash. Don't get me wrong, I love a full volume lash, but for makeup looks like this that they're not really heavy, I don't want to go super heavy with the lashes either. So I'm gonna be using these ones. These I got on Amazon. They're the Fancy10 False Curl 10 pair pack, and I believe these are the clear lash, somewhere around there. Okay, once you applied your lashes, I would probably just go in with like a lip gloss just because that's very summer. My favorites for lip glosses is like a cherry color or like a pinky color. A nice brown would be very cute. This is the CoverGirl Yummy Gloss, and this one's in the shade Sugar Poppy. And this is the final look, guys. Honestly, at this point you can go in with highlighter if you want, but since I feel like highlighter's gonna make it like look a little bit more out there, and I'm just trying to go really like cool, like summer, very nice, very like beautiful tan look. Let me know if this helped you as a beginner, because I definitely would have wanted something like this, a very in-depth tutorial about what is what. All the products I use are linked down below. Once again, consider subscribing if you're interested in content like this. This was like more like a tutorial, but I do get ready with me's on my channel. I have my socials linked down below. On Instagram, I post about when I'm gonna post here on YouTube and more of my personal life. On TikTok, I do get ready with me's and hauls. Thank you so much for watching, and I love you very much, and I hope you have an amazing day today. Bye!